The final score, Melbourne victory nil, Wrexham 3. I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC. And obviously, you shouldn't read too much into a friendly match, especially a first pre-season friendly match. But there was a lot to satisfy in that performance by Wrexham. We played two completely different sides in the first and second half, and both looked good. Melbourne Victory are also in their pre-season, and that was a decent Melbourne side that was put out there as well. They've been in the final of the A-League Championship in the last two seasons. Five of that side that started against us, of the outfield players, started the final at the end of last season. So that was a strong A-League team, but we're a Championship team now. Although it must be said, of course, only two new players, and they played in the second half. So that was that League One team that we are told isn't going to cope with the Championship and needs reinforcing. We will reinforce, obviously. But that was a really good opening workout. Like I say, you shouldn't read too much into it, but we looked very sharp. It really didn't look like a first outing of pre-season. And in the first half, well, we could have scored within 20 seconds of Elliot Lee having the shot that was saved. We could have conceded a penalty after a minute. For me, Scar's block with his arm, while inadvertent, was a penalty. But we didn't. The first half, as it went on, we grew more into it. I mean, key things to point out. I mean, first and foremost, Ollie Palmer starting and really dominating the Melbourne Victory centre-backs, both of whom played in that grand final. Really physically, he won everything in the air. He was stretching our defensive line, making them go deeper than they wanted to. And there were so many loose balls on the edge of the area that we weren't quite latching onto until, with 2 minutes left of the half, Tom O'Connor stepped up. Palmer again creating confusion, loose ball drops to O'Connor, and typically O'Connor calmly finishes it. Other notable performances, Ryan Longman was just getting at his fullback and delivered a stream of crosses in from the right-hand side. Seb Revan was prominent as well up there. I like George Dobson, who was looking sharp in midfield, and Elliot Lee grew into it. Cleworth was classy as ever. He and Scar both went close from corners. Okonkwo was kept busy, but there weren't too many really difficult saves for him to make, and we were value for our 1-0 lead. And then we changed the entire team in the second half, and, well, had a dramatic let-off 50 seconds into the second half. Darigo hitting a terrific volley which hit the bar. Danny Ward unable to react to it, had no chance. But that was it as far as Melbourne were concerned. Wrexham then took complete control. Barnett down the right this time was causing problems in the centre of midfield. McLean was driving forwards really well. And we were carving out chances, getting into great attacking positions in the box. And the inevitable second goal came halfway through the second half. Great driven cross by Barnett and Ryan Hardy. Proper quality finish, attacking the near post, well timed, the sort of service he wanted. He drilled it into the roof of the net. That's what we've brought in, a striker who knows where the net is. And we got the third, and it was well deserved, although we could have had more. Ashfield hit the bar, and Barnett sliced a shot over the bar as well, until in the 78th minute George Evans hit a long range shot. Keeper should have done better, in all honesty, but if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the lottery. And so Wrexham closed out a 3-0 win, very, very satisfying. Like I said, there were some good second half performances. So it was nice to see Lewis Brunt calmly carrying the ball through the thirds from the back. It was an impressive performance. Like I say, it's a pre-season game, but it was a very impressive pre-season performance. This is the hot take, of course, and so later on I'll be doing a more detailed breakdown, looking at the match with a bit more analysis. But certainly I think Phil Parkinson will be extremely happy. The one downside, I suppose, was that Harvey had to come off injured. It was a knock to the head, so hopefully nothing that's going to stop him from taking part in the rest of pre-season and when the serious stuff starts next month. So, with a final score of Melbourne Victory 0, Wrexham 3, Wrexham with a 100% record south of the equator, I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC. Join me later on for the Final Whistle podcast.